Hello everyone, this is Nikki Kris with Horror Galore, and this is our top 10 list of best horror films for 2018. Number 10, The Ritual. Four old friends travel into a foreboding forest, and I know, you've heard this before and so have I, only this time it's interesting. Suffice to say that these guys stumble across a freaky shack, and unwisely they opt to sleep in said shack, and then they find themselves hopelessly lost. Also, there may or may not be a monster on the trail. This one doesn't reinvent any wheels, plot-wise, but it's a very well shot, well acted, and a well-conceived piece of horror filmmaking. Number 9, The Nun. You don't really expect all that much from a spin-off of a sequel, but you can always expect some degree of quality when James Wan's name is on the poster. This is a pretty old-fashioned tale of suspicious suicide in an allegedly haunted convent. But it's crafted with obvious care, not to mention affection for the horror matinee classics of the 1940s. Number 8, Veronica. The co-director of the exceptional REC movies tries his hand at a slightly more familiar sort of a cult film. It's easy to see where this Ouija board thriller based on a true story is headed early on, but it's still packed with numerous scary ideas, well-earned tension, and simple jolts. Number 7, Downrage. It's a fairly simple setup. A bunch of young people are on their way somewhere fun when a flat tire derails their trip, and that's when they start getting picked off. In this case, the slasher antagonist is a hidden sniper with a wildly impressive aim, which gives this intense, brutal thriller ample opportunity to show what a high-powered rifle really can do. It's not pretty, and the violence should resonate even more in our current climate. Number 6, Amityville Murders. On the night of November 13th, 1974, Ronald DeFeo Jr. took a high-powered rifle and murdered his entire family as they slept. At his trial, DeFeo claimed that the voices in his head commanded him to kill. So this is their story. Number 5, Mandy. There are countless movies out there about the cynical nature of violence and revenge. Just this year alone, we got a Death Wish remake and a virtual remake called Peppermint. But it's safe to say that you've never seen one quite like Mandy. Of course, we get the always intense Cage who loses his mind more than once as he sets out to avenge the horrific misdeeds. But we also get a surprisingly touching love story, a whole lot of insane carnage, and a freaky visual sensibility that we've never seen before. Number 4, Hereditary. You've probably heard the buzz of this out-of-nowhere indie by now, and while I've never wanted to contribute to the overhype, the simple truth is, this is one of the creepiest, iciest, supernatural thrillers that I've ever seen. It's about a family that discovers some distasteful things after their estranged matriarch passes away, and those old secrets quickly blossom into all new horrors that you just simply won't see coming. This is a fantastic piece of horror, especially coming from a first-time feature director. Number 3, Insidious, The Last Key. Not every horror franchise can squeeze legitimate jolts from its audience on a 4th movie, but there's always been a low-key sense of quality to the Insidious series. This chapter kicks off a creepy flashback and then settles in with a basic yet engaging ghost story that centers around franchise MVP Lynn Shay, the paranormal investigator Elise Rainier, and how her character becomes so dang interested in all the supernatural stuff anyway. Number 2, Bird Box. Bird Box is a creepy post-apocalyptic adventure story that balances a freaky backstory with a fascinating journey in which 3 blindfolded people paddle down a river. It all makes sense in the end, but along the way we get several great performances, a bunch of solid scares, and some challenging ideas. The number 1 movie of 2018 is Halloween. We've been told to ignore all the previous sequels before walking into this latest chapter, and that's fine by me. Because aside from the underappreciated Halloween 2 and the bizarrely awesome yet unrelated Part 3, Season of the Witch, none of the other franchise entities are all that memorable. In many ways, this long-awaited follow-up sticks to the same formula as Halloween 4 and Halloween 4 through 8. But this book has the added bonus of Jamie Lee Curtis, front and center, anchoring not only a defense against the seemingly unstoppable Michael Myers, but also a surprisingly effective tale of 3 women coming to terms with some very old fears. Plus, it's one of the most beautifully shot slasher movies that you'll ever see. And that's not something I thought I would ever say. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our list of the best 2018 horror films. Make sure you go to horrorgalore.com and check out my latest interview about my last movie, Circus Road.
Staying up late, making it right, living it up to my name. Focus on doing it better. We just be doing the same, you doing it lame. I'm doing like everything changed. Forget all the money, forget all the fame. I still would have done it if they would have played all of the music I make every day. Like, well,